You look at his record, over 3 seasons as the head coach, it was around 500. The team never made it to March Madness. All of that is a part of it, but it was about more than his inability to consistently win. Lawrence Moten was a guard known for making big things happen, especially in clutch games. But as it turns out, his most important position was right here in the Syracuse community.
And Coach Brown, during the news conference today, he was asked about that tradition, the winning coach gets eggnogged.
Either way, what we do know is that it's actually going to be Dan Villari instead. He actually signed a name, image, and likeness deal in order to be able to do it. So one guy steps out, another guy steps in. It's that classic team mentality they've had all year. They were utilizing that push the pace style. I don't think this team plays very well in the half court, to be honest with you. I think this is a team that has to capitalize on turnovers, that has to capitalize on their raw athleticism and talent, and has to move the ball down the court quickly. Syracuse men's basketball's postseason journey began earlier today, and just as quickly it ended. The Orange fell to SMU in the first round of the ACC tournament, ending a forgettable season for this team. Now the focus turns to what happens next at that head coaching position. I think to answer your first question, Fran Brown is a loyalty guy, and admittedly, I think that once Collins was the guy and the QB, he wanted to give him a little bit of time to see if he would grow into that role.
Sure.
And I think as a coach, that's fair.
Which he deserved.
But now it's been a month. It's been 4 weeks, and quite honestly, the issue is that he just hasn't improved. This mural showcases the many emotions of Jim Boeheim. Happy, contemplative, and at times a little grumpy. But the artist says the emotions that matter the most are the ones that the painting evokes in the people who are lucky enough to see it. It doesn't hurt to have a little luck on your side in these situations. 20 years ago, to the day, GMAC led Syracuse to a win over Georgetown in the 2006 Big East semifinals. Syracuse went on to win the tournament for the second consecutive season. I want to start with your playing days, right? You were a freshman, GMAC was a senior. What did you learn from him then?
Just to be ultra competitive.
Listen, the window is really, really small right now. Could they win out? Could they go on a crazy run in the ACC tournament? It's all possible. It's not likely.
No. Still ahead in sports, the New York Jets.
No, you can tell him, Gary.
When we tell him, I thought it was you. Here we go. Still ahead in sports, the New York Jets secure its first win of the season. Hearing from an emotional player after the victory. That's next in sports.
Phillies do not have the NL East on lock.
I mean, if you have to be a sick person to enjoy the Phillies' downfall, girl, I have a disease.
I'm terminally ill.
They could have 100 great moments this season, but with 100 great moments and a quarter, I can make a phone call. I need wins.
That was good.
You like that one?
That was good.
It's probably one of the only times ever that we haven't had the exact same prediction.
We're usually aligned.
Great minds think alike. Betting odds place Syracuse as a 6.5-point favorite, but in sports, anything can happen, and that is why you play the game. Thank you so much for joining us for Friday Night Lights. That's Ashley Wenskowski. I'm Samantha Croston. We will see you back here next week.
Moten trying to go behind the back.
There's a reason why Lawrence Moten's nickname was Poetry in Moten.
Autry to Moten.
He made it look so easy, and he just, at the end of the game, he had 20 points, and you just didn't always see it. It wasn't a slam dunk, it wasn't some exciting thing, but he was there every game.
A Big East champion, over 2,000 points scored, and SU's all-time leading scorer to this day. But based on his attitude, defined by his unselfishness, you wouldn't know it.
He's a throwback. I mean, he's literally a 50s, 60s player, like when I played. he's that kind of player. He just did it, no flash, nothing, just simple. Whatever needed to be done, he got it done, and make a big shot, he'd make it, and just smile and move on.
Up on the hill, Lawrence Moten was a guard known for making big things happen, especially in clutch games. But as it turns out, his most important position was right here in the Syracuse community.
North, south, east, west.
After his basketball career, Moten made it his mission to give back to Syracuse. That came in the form of mentoring kids in the Syracuse City School District.
Yeah, that's what he did. That's what he was good at, really good with kids and people. Yeah, he'll be remembered by any of those kids that he touched, because he would have an effect upon them, on everybody.
I want to see you make a layup.
Moten leaves behind 2 daughters, Laurencia and Leilani. Boeheim says his fatherhood, more than anything he's done on the court, will be his legacy.
That's the most important thing that we do. I mean, you can be a great player or whatever, but Being a great father is the best thing we can all do.
In Syracuse.
He's a great father, and from everything I ever saw, remember that about him.
I'm Samantha Croston. At 17 years old, most kids are getting their driver's license, attending prom, or going on their first date. Demetrius Samuel Jr. is playing college football against kids 5 and 6 years older than him, and he's excelling. Welcome into sports. I'm Samantha Croston. This week, Fran Brown announced that Samuel, a two-way player, would be starting at cornerback and getting reps at wide receiver. How often will we see him in there? That depends on his body.
Whatever his body allows him to do, right? As we're in practice over these few days, and he's able to do and keep going, whatever his body allows him to do. He's in shape kid, right? He runs around hard. He runs to the ball. He's a good athlete. He's big, so that's whatever his body allows him to do. I don't really have a number, right?
Samuel reclassified ahead 1 year academically so that he could start college early. According to 24/7 Sports, he was a 4-star recruit out of Heritage High School in Palm Bay, Florida. Coach Brown says he thinks Samuel's reps have been split 60-40, with a higher percentage of the reps on defense. But he still managed to impress wide receivers coach Miles White in the time he spends with the offense.
Man, that kid's so talented. There's not a lot to work on. He is really, really talented. For him, he's got to hone in on the technique, which is hard because there's a technique for DB that he's going to excel at, and there's a technique for him at wideout that he's got to excel at. But he's definitely he's a unique player because he is so talented at such a young age. I mean, the kid should be in high school right now, you know, and so for him to be as well off as he is right now, I think the sky's the limit for him. I really do.
Part of the reason that Samuel has been able to thrive is because of his teammates. The corner room, like so many other rooms this year for Syracuse football, is defined by its youth. Georgia transfer Chris Peel, a redshirt sophomore who's expected to get playing time at corner as well, says Samuel's age doesn't define him.
Demetrius, as a young guy, many people think, he is real young, but I feel like his age doesn't really limit him too much. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, he's a really mature player for his age, and I really like playing with him.
Providing some perspective tonight, Syracuse football's first opponent is Tennessee. Their starting quarterback, Joey Aguilar, he's 24 years old. So Samuel, in his first game, will be going up against a guy who has 7 years on him. That feels hard to believe, Matt.
That's pretty crazy. 7 years on him, You
would think that somebody beating kids in the locker room the way our fan base on social media comes after some of my colleagues.
An impassioned Felicia Leggett-Jack took to the podium after her team's loss today to defend Adrian Autry and urged the fan base to be more positive despite the continued struggles the men's team is facing. Hi, everyone. Welcome into sports. I'm Samantha Croston. Coach Jack's response today was the latest development in a series of events that took place since Carmelo Anthony, the team's most well-known alum, voiced his dissatisfaction with the program on social media 6 days ago. Tonight, we show you what's happened in the days since that post. Monday night in Chapel Hill, the Syracuse Orange are down by 14 at the half to a ranked UNC Tar Heels team that would win by 10. Carmelo Anthony, for the first time this season, posts his disappointment on social media. His son Kyan and fellow freshman Sadiq White are both top 35 recruits in the nation for the Orange, averaging 19 and 16 minutes per game respectively, on a team that's now 13th place in the ACC. Fast forward to Saturday's defeat at the hands of Virginia, marking the Orange's 6th loss in the past 7 games. Only this time, cameras and eyeballs are on the bench. White plays 2 minutes, and Kyan Anthony gets benched for the first time all season. Coach Autry offering this explanation in his postgame press conference.
This is a physical team, experienced team, and I just, that was just my decision. Nothing else on the Orange, no injuries, anything like that. It's no narratives about any of this stuff, man. I just made the decision. That was just my decision that I made today.
After the Virginia game, when his son got benched, Carmelo's post-game post read, quote, "He'll be good. They say it's part of the journey. A little adversity don't hurt." While fans try to make sense of the events of the week, SU women's basketball head coach Felicia Leggett-Jack sent them a specific message.
We got to press in with positivity. We get it. We see it. We all watch. But can you try, Syracuse? Can we try to be a little bit more positive with the sport that's struggling?
It's worth noting Kiyan Anthony hasn't been playing his best basketball as of late. In his last 5 games played, his points per game, field goal percentage, and three-point percentage are all lower than his season average. For Coach Jack's entire unedited comments on this topic from her press conference today, head over to the Orange Zone podcast on YouTube or wherever you watch your podcast. Guys, back to you.